Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Yancer, High School Education Coordinator, and today I'm going to show you what you're going to do after you've taken the SuperStrong Interest Inventory. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log back into your account. So once you're on the VitaNovice.com website, you're going to click on the top right corner, Have an Account, resume your VitaNovice experience. And you're either going to want to just enter your login information, email, password, or what I prefer to do is sign in with Google. So once you see this little pop-up, you're going to choose the same account information that you used the first time to actually register. And then you're going to be taken to the dashboard page. So this is basically going to be your home page for VitaNovice. So if you have a bar at the top, it's just going to let you know that you have some activities to finish. I'm going to go ahead and cross that out so it's easier to see. Once you're on this page, you also might have some incomplete tasks, but no need to worry about that. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the results underneath your little profile, and you're going to click SuperStrong View Results. After that, it's actually going to take you directly to your SuperStrong Insights. So you may have a couple different results if you've taken this test multiple times. And on the right-hand side, you can actually choose different dates that you've taken this exam. So today I'm just going to go with the most recent, which is really what I encourage you to do as well. And you're going to see this funny kind of shape up at the top. And this is going to be called your RIASEC code. So your RIASEC code is going to be a very unique shape to you. Now they're all going to kind of have the same outline, the RIASEC kind of shape, but the blue or the kind of grayish, darker, bolded outline is going to be what's unique to you. And those are actually your results. So what it's indicating is how much of that area you really are based on the way that you answered the questions in your exam the first time you took it. So your interest code is going to be this 3-letter code. Mine is SAE. Yours may be different. Yours may be CIA or RES. Everybody's, again, will be very different. But you can actually scroll through, and if you want, you can actually read the little blurbs about each letter if you want to learn a little bit more on your own. But you can also scroll down, view your occupational themes. So this is where it's going to break down the different codes a little bit more. So social people, these are going to be the interests that you often have. Then you can look at what artistic interests usually include, or for enterprising people, what their interests often include. It's going to include work activities, potential skills, even some values that people who have these codes often exhibit. You can scroll down and view your personal styles. So this is a pretty interesting kind of section because you can actually see how the computer was able to really detect your work style. Do you prefer working with people, or do you prefer working alone? So it can also tell you your learning environment, your leadership style, your risk taking. So for me, I'm pretty low. I don't like taking risks. But somebody else might be very high, and you want to look for a job or a hobby that allows you to take risks. Team orientation, again, kind of like how you prefer to work with a team. And then my favorite part, the career interests. So the website was able to detect the pattern behind your responses, and they were really able to assess, the interests that you liked, the interests, the hobbies that you kind of tried to avoid. And because of the things that you like and you kind of gravitate towards, and because of the things you don't like and try to avoid, the computer is able to recommend potential career fields for you based on your learning style, your working style, leadership, risk-taking. And it's actually able to recommend 6 top career fields you would most likely enjoy if you were to pursue them. So what I want you to do today is go back in. You're going to get to this page. You're going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you're actually just going to read through the different career interests. So human resources and training, again, that's going to be unique to me because of my interests and my RIASEC code. And you're just going to read through every single one of them, and you're going to click, is that something you dislike? Is that something you're really not sure about? Or is that something you do like? You would be interested in kind of researching a little bit further that career field. So once you're done, you're actually going to go on and do this to all 6, and then you're going to click Save Ratings. And from this point forward, we're actually going to be doing a live info session on what it really means to explore the different career pathways within the RIASEC codes through Vita Novice. So right now, instead, I actually wanted to take you to, I'm going to leave Vita Novice, and I'm actually going to go right back up here. And I'm actually going to be breaking down the 6 different RIASEC codes a little bit. So let's see if I can move myself. Okay, so when it comes to those RIASEC codes, now you'll notice that the future fair is also kind of organized so that it really utilizes the different RIASEC codes. It is important for you to understand what they mean. So each letter stands for a different, almost personality type. We are a little bit of everything. So we are all 6 of the different RIASEC codes. We are just stronger in usually 3 areas. And that also means that we're a little bit weaker in 3 areas. So we really want to pay special attention to the areas where we gravitate towards and the ones that we kind of are not as strong in. You should choose your classes in middle school, in high school, in college. You should choose your hobbies, your extracurricular activities, and absolutely the jobs and careers that you decide to pursue based on your personality and your natural interests, including your natural strengths. So if you were to do that, you would actually find yourself to be a little bit happier in your classes or in your job because it's pulling on your strengths and it's kind of matching and aligning with the things you already gravitate towards. So the first one is social. This is a very common one. Social people are not necessarily like bubbly. It just means the social type usually like communicating with others. So you do like working with other people and you like helping other people. They're usually interested in human relationships and like to help people with their problems. So a key takeaway is when it comes to the classes that you're taking, the things you're studying, or the jobs that you have to know who and how you're helping other people. So this can look like a variety of different career fields, especially healthcare or education, maybe even firefighting. But at the end of the day, as long as you know that what you're doing is helping other people, it doesn't matter if you are a car salesman, a bus driver, it really doesn't matter as long as you know that you're helping other people. That's what really matters to social people. Now, if you have a realistic R in your RIASEC code, these people are actually the doers of the world. What this really means is that you're very active. So maybe you're more of a hands-on learner, maybe you're an athlete, maybe you just are the type of person who really likes doing hands-on activities when you're learning. But the R type usually has more of like a mechanical kind of athletic ability that you like to be physically involved in your work and your learning. So they often enjoy working in changing environments, and they also like to work with some type of tool. Again, that doesn't matter if it's like a beacon or, like a scientific tool or a hammer and nails. It doesn't really matter. It's just unique to you. So the R type generally prefers to work with people or things. So again, being very hands-on, actively improving something or fixing something or starting something from scratch versus just like talking about it. The most important thing to remember is if you're realistic is that you don't want to just sit all day. You want something that gets you moving. So again, this can be something like a mechanic, the type of person who is actually physically driving like a machine, something like that, or a hairdresser where you are actually cutting people's hair, maybe a makeup artist, a baker, or even like a national forest ranger, a park ranger. So you're outside and have a great change of scenery. I'm not going to go through them for the sake of time, but also keep in mind that there are certain classes that lend themselves a little bit better to realistic types. as well as all of the other RIASEC codes that we'll go through. So if you are an E, E stands for enterprising, and they are known as the persuaders of the world. So very influential, very ambitious, they're very efficient. Truthfully, to me, enterprising people are often, they want to know that they make an impact. They want to make an influence on other people. So the enterprising type usually has leadership and speaking abilities, working with other people. They are interested in areas such as business, economics, teaching, and they really just like making a difference on other people. So the things that they say, the things that they model, they really appreciate it when other people are very receptive to that kind of expertise. The enterprising type likes to work with people and ideas more so than things. So, for example, they are excellent teachers. They're excellent real estate agents. They're great lawyers. They're very comfortable kind of delving into a topic and being the expert and having people come to them for guidance when they're able to make that kind of impact. So you like being in a position where you have influence over people, and that is kind of the key takeaway. If you are investigative, these are known as the thinkers of the world. So they're often very analytical, very inquisitive, theoretical. They really, truly dive into a topic and want to know the small details of that topic, not just surface level, but really microscopically, really involved in that subject. So the investigative type usually has mathematical and scientific abilities. They enjoy working alone, and they like to solve problems and puzzles. The investigative type generally favors working with ideas more so than people or with things. Basically, you like using your brain and thinking critically about how to solve a problem. So finding hobbies or finding jobs that allow you to really utilize your brain, the thinking process, is something you're really going to enjoy. So that's going to look like anything that includes technology, IT. It can actually be a professor, a teacher, because again, you're kind of like the expert. You really know that subject. Could be anything with science, and could even include something like forensic science. So really analyzing and assessing situations to a very small degree. Conventional. So conventional people are the organizers of the world. They are very practical, they're efficient, they're orderly. They are all about efficiency. So whether that is conventional, meaning you're great at organizing something physically, okay, like Marie Kondo, whether you want to organize something physically so that it just has a space, it has its place, it's not taking up space, it's not causing chaos in your day-to-day life. Organizers are really just about finding ways to be practical. So the conventional type has clerical and mathematical abilities. They prefer working indoors. They like to organize things. This could be objects, but it can also be information. So it doesn't mean you have to be, a librarian. This means that you can also be very happy being very attentive to details. So if you are an accountant, that means you're very good at following the procedures, the rules. You know all about the different technicalities. You notice when things are missing. You notice if a period is out of place, maybe, or the number is in the wrong place as well. So conventional types love order and efficiency. If there's a mess, you're good at organizing and cleaning it up. And finally, the artistic creators of the world. So they are expressive, they're free-spirited, they're imaginative. What this truly means is not that you have necessarily an artistic talent or a skill. This is all about your natural artistic instinct. So being a creative, meaning you're able to see past what's presented to you. And you kind of like that freedom to kind of go with the flow and do what you feel like doing in the moment. So the artistic type usually has artistic skills and enjoys creating original work and has a good imagination. But this could be for web designing. It could be for culinary arts. It can be singing, dancing, painting, and some of like the classical arts that we think of. But it can really just be that you don't want to be told what to do and forced to follow orders. You want to create. You have the freedom to create in your hobbies or your jobs. And ultimately, you want to express yourself and have your voice be heard. So all of these different RIASEC codes, again, we have all 6 of them, but they are going to be unique to you. Just keep in mind, this is really, really important when you're considering the different careers that you go into in the future of, what you naturally gravitate towards and what you enjoy doing. That is not going to change as you get older. It might expand a little bit, but who you are, you can already make some solid decisions based on your personality now. So if you want to learn a little bit more, there is a lot more to Vita Novice as a website to help you decide what career paths to choose, what if you're interested in different career fields, what job titles are under those career fields, what colleges you can go to, what programs you need to complete in order to qualify for those jobs. So feel free to join our live info session. That's going to be understanding your SuperStrong results and how to navigate the future fair. And that's going to be on Monday, March 22nd at 5:30 p.m. That's going to be the first day of the Future Fair, but you will be able to view the video anytime after that beyond Future Fair. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful time and definitely check out your RIASEC codes.